Ed's got two of his own entries, and he's got a special one that he's brought along that he wants to talk about. It was built by someone else. It's not in the competition, but it's got some special construction features.
This is a one for discussion. It's a friend of mine. I guess he's around 95 or 96 now. He's got a little garden shed, an extension cord, and a couple tools, and he enjoys making birdhouses. And this is made out of branches, and I don't know what he's put on there for the finish, but I wouldn't put this one outside, but I wanted to bring it for discussion. I try to encourage beginners to get into woodworking, and that's a good example. You don't need a lot of tools, you just need a lot of imagination. So he came to me to learn how to make compound cuts. And he had a picture of a birdhouse. And that's what it looked like. The picture he brought was out of a magazine, and he brought it in his wallet. And along with it was instructions how to make the compound cuts. But he said it doesn't work. So I said, well, okay. They said, come back next week, and I says, we can make one. Okay, he says, I'll leave you with the picture and the instructions. And I said, well, I know what it looks like, and you already told me, and the instructions don't work. So reluctantly, he went away with the picture. He thought they needed it. So when he come back the next week, I had this all put together with Scotch tape so he could take it apart. And I said, there you go, Gerald. Now I says, just need to copy these pieces and the angles. So I introduced him to the miter saw. And he says, well, he says, that's all pretty good, Ed. He says, but he says, I want to know how you did that. Well, he's a tinsmith. So I thought, well, it's not going to be too difficult, but you need to have a little bit of math, eh? And he never learned much. He couldn't convert fractions to decimals. So he said, I want to learn that first. So when we're all done learning the math, he says, well, he says, Ed, I'm kind of old now. He says, I don't know where I'll use all that. So he copied it using this here.
Ed, what type of bird?
Yeah, I have got a few birdhouses up at home, and all I have is sparrows.
Okay.
I have other birds that come as well, but the ones that hang around much is the sparrows. So that's what this one's for.
And your choice of wood?
That one, okay, this is scrap wood.
Right.
Here's a mistake even, where I drilled the hole. But it's all different species.
Okay.
And it was only put together just for a demonstration for Gerald. But eventually I glued it all together, and it'll go up one day. It'll house some birds one day.
Perfect.
So
And your number 8?
this is number 9, and this one here is number 8. Again, I try to encourage beginners. And this is put together with scrap wood as well. So I got a whole bunch of scraps, and I just cut them into 3/4 inch squares. And to fasten that lid on, I use, I'm a real cheapie. This here just all around. It comes in a strap and it has holes in it. And I use 4 screws and 4 of these little tabs to hold the top. And for the bottom, I have vent holes. And fly screen. So the air comes up through here. And to get them started, I'll take a handful of wood shavings. Just a few, just throw it in there to save the birds a little bit of work. So I clean them out only once a year, about this time of year, and I'll take out the old nest and I'll disinfect it and put it back up for use again. So this is all made out of scraps. Again, I'm a cheapie, and I like to get people started into woodworking. And the best way is, you don't need a lot of tools, you don't need to spend a lot of money on material.
Questions for Ed?
Ed, it looks like you just butted each of the logs against the next log. They're not half-lap joints, right?
No? I keep it simple.
It's very simple, yeah. Yeah, it's not nice.
So I use,
Very simple.
I use glue and nails. The lid, even the top, I see is, and the same thing with the bottom, just scrap. Actually, this here is wood pallet, and I cut it off. Yeah. Yeah.
You said you sterilize it or sanitize it? How do you do that?
Yeah, in the springtime, I'll clean it out because I notice there's little mites in the nest, see?
Yeah.
So when I take it out, I'll take Raid, and I'll spray the inside with Raid, and I let it air out, and put the wood shavings before I put it back up.
Okay, any other questions? Jimmy Pozzabon, you're up with number